Yo, what's going on, boys? It's your man back for another FNAF figure review. Now, today we have the Funko Montgomery Gator. And I'm pretty sure my light just died, so the light's gonna be a little off for this video. Hope you guys don't mind. Here you can see the man in myth himself, Montgomery Gator. This actually is not my figure, it is my buddy, so I'm gonna be having to take very, very special care of it. It is very important. So, put this man here. I do not have a box to show off for this figure because the man threw it away, and the one I have I also threw away. So, just imagine like a security breach box. It's got some, it's black, got some red on it. Just imagine that. All right, now that we got the imaginary section out the way, bringing him in for the paint sculpt. Now, the sculpt on this guy is actually pretty decent. A lot of new stuff, but also some reuse. The paint, on the other hand, is not the best. Some of the spots are very touchy. A lot of them are scratched up and scraped. The face doesn't look the worst, but the teeth, you know, the usual, they're a little choppy, not too bad. And for some reason, they did a whole bunch of stuff on the front and the back of the normal body, but no upper body. There's literally nothing, and it's not even with the same finish. It's a clear, shiny finish. Putting this man over here. Oh, for sculpt, I should say this now, but the legs, these legs are the literal exact same thing as this Freddy. They're both the exact same thing, except texture is different, so I'm guessing they had it made and then changed this guy into Freddy, or the other way around. It could work either way. Putting him down now. This video does look very, very dark. Let me see if I can get some lighting in here. Not the worst. For articulation on this figure, it's all right, you know. You can look up that far, looks down barely. Of course, the head swivels all the way around, 360, and he's got his pivot. You just have to be very careful. These glasses are a separate piece, so when you're moving the head, just make sure you don't pull on him too hard or you'll break it. At the arms here, goes out pretty decently far, all the way around. And then his shoulder piece is new. I don't think they've really ever done anything like this with this separate shoulder piece this big on the arm. I don't think they've ever done that. Usually they have it already built onto the body. The elbow here, slight bend, not the worst. Swivel, of course. He's got his choker thing on his arm here, and at the hand, get a little bit of swivel. No hand articulation on this one, but at least it's not loose. So under his Ghost Rider belt here, he's got a nice little swivel at the waist. The tail does not have any articulation, which kind of sucks because it's kind of molded in place. You can't really move it if you want it in a different place. So at the legs, kicks forward, pretty fine. He can get kind of back around the tail, not the worst. Comes out, fine. And then at the knee, he's got a single bend, fine again. That's what a good description. For a lot of the articulation on this figure, it's just fine. And then again, no feet articulation whatsoever. Putting him back. For accessories, he comes with, comes with this nice guitar, orange with some, I don't know, is that supposed to be like a tiger stripes? Now, I do like that they used a new guitar for this. This is the first time in ever we're getting a new guitar, which is great because the same old V sculpt from Normal Bonnie is getting a little old. The paint and detail is pretty nice on this. It's a bass guitar with the 4 strings. It's got some knobs and dials. I think this is probably one of the better looking guitars, other than the paint up here is a little sloppy, but what are you going to do? Some detail on the back. It's not the worst, and of course, to get him to hold it, just pull up the arm. And I like with these accessories how they slide in a lot. The only problem is with the guitars, they usually make them too thin to hold like this, and then they slip out, or you have to use the other arm to hold it down. Well, it looks fine. I think it fits nicely. So now bringing this guy back in for some comparisons. Oh, that was close. We can't have someone else's figure falling in the void, you know, only mine. So for some other FNAF comparisons, here is Rockstar Freddy. We also have Glamrock Freddy from the same wave. And seeing them standing next to each other, actually, I see it now. These forearms are the same. They just added these dots to this one, which I kind of don't like because it seems cheap. Like they couldn't have just remade or made a new piece for him. But what are you gonna do? It's Funko. We don't really get treated very well over here. So moving these guys out the way. I'm not sure if I will be reviewing the rest of the wave. This wave, I wasn't expecting to do this guy, but then, you know, it came up. The man bought him, so we gotta review it. So maybe the rest of the figures could be coming. I'm not sure. For some more random comparisons, you have Anti-Venom. I feel like he hasn't been seen on here in a while. And then, ooh, Final Battle Thanos review coming soon. So I think if you wanted to get any random figures, you know, like if you're an Anti-Venom fan and you want to pair your Montgomery Gator with Anti-Venom, I think it's the usual. I don't think he fits as good as, say, like original Freddy, where you can just throw him on any display and it'll be like, yo, you like FNAF? You're lame. But, you know, I don't believe that personally. But this figure, I don't think he fits very well because the colors are kind of random. He's a gator with sunglasses on, which is a little weird in the first place. But I mean, if you're a fan of Montgomery Gator, I definitely recommend, because these figures are still sitting at cool retail. It's not very hard to find. So if you want this figure, it's 100% a recommend. Move these guys out the way. Ooh, get out here, Thanos. So, for some final thoughts on this guy, I believe it's a decent figure. If it's probably one of the better FNAF figures, but only because it came out now. I think if this character were to come out in some of the older waves, this would probably be one of the worst figures. But I think Funko did a pretty decent job. From character to figure, it's not very good. I don't think these guys, any of the Security Breach figures, look anything like the actual characters. It's pretty bad, but not a bad figure in general. And I gotta say, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks, my man Bo H, for lending the figure. Thank you guys so much for watching. Been a great video today. Quick one, not very long. Sorry, I know I missed my Tuesday upload, but you know, things happen. You do what you got to do. So today we're uploading on Wednesday, and I'm thinking of just changing it for, instead of Tuesday, like just sometime in the week, because trying to film it specifically on Tuesday is a little tough. So I'm thinking about just any day of the week now. Just weekday, I'd say. I will upload once a week day. So, all right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks to SlipperyG again for the figure. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.